You are an app. This is the only thing I had to tell myself when I was looking for jobs. Check this out. This is the recruiter, and this is you. There's only one reason why you're not getting their attention. I'm sure you've seen this diagram a million times before. But you know what's funny? This is literally what happens behind the scenes as well when you apply for a job. This applies to us. The recruiter looks at you like this. You have a front end that the recruiter interacts with, okay? In plain English, this front end is your CV, your portfolio, and your recommendations. Just like an app, whatever the recruiter interacts with is your front end. They don't see the back end stuff. They don't see anything beyond that. All they see is the front end. In all aspects of selling products online or selling services online, like we are with these tech recruiters, it's all about perceived value. What do you look like to the person? What do you look like to the recruiter? That is what your front end is. In this case, your back end is more like your true interests, your core personality, the core problems you like to solve, and who you are as a dev. This is what your back end is. This is how your mind works, right? Just like an app, when you go onto YouTube, you just use their front end, right? You just search for videos or you click on a recommendation. You really don't think about the background processes that happen behind the scenes on their server, right? You don't think about the latency, performance optimization, all that bullshit. All you care about is searching and doing your job. That's the same vibe that the recruiter flows in. They just want to use your front end. In the spirit of this analogy, your database would actually be your hardcore skills, your coding skills, your soft skills, etc. Your actually die-hard skills that you make here. It is extremely important that this part, that you as a developer, you don't really matter to the recruiter. It's a harsh truth, but you don't really matter because this recruiter is getting millions or hundreds of thousands of developers in her his or her DMs. Literally, you are just an app. Nobody gives a shit about this until after they land on your front end. The act of rizzing this recruiter lies in these arrows here that flow concepts from one area to the other. How well does your front end show your true interests? How well does your front end show your skills? How well do your interests actually show your skills? You see, these arrows here are in the act of rizzing. The way you present yourself online is one of the most important things you need to do as a young developer in 2025 onwards. Most developers consider this an entire package, right? They think, this is me. I'm just going to go write a portfolio online that just brain dumps all of the things I'm interested in. What those people are not doing are telling stories about themselves. Like, for example, this is the guy who created Stripe. I don't know if you know Stripe, but it's a payment processing platform. The only reason why he can have such a simple portfolio like this is because he is cracked. He knows what he's doing. He earned the right to just keep it as simple as possible. Do you understand what I mean? But for us, for devs that don't necessarily have that clout in life, it is extremely important to tell a story. Use your CV to promote the hell out of your back end. The only goal of your front end is to make your back end useful. This is some high level game that I'm trying to spit. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. When you make a portfolio online, you need to tell a story. Now, look, if I were hiring for a developer, right? I don't really give a shit about these animations. Honestly, I don't give a shit. That's why I created a Vue simple version. Now, for you, it just might be a button, right? And 2 pages. But you know what this subconsciously signals? This signals that I care about the way I present my information. I know it sounds cringy or whatever, but I hope you understand. I don't give a shit if a recruiter likes this or not. I like it. So I'm gonna do it. And with this, I hope that the person reading this shit will be like, okay. He likes to think about shit in different aspects, in different scenarios. It's a small example, but I hope you understand. The main core nugget that I want to show you is that you need to craft your experience from top to bottom, properly, consciously. You're not gonna lie on your front end about your skills. No, 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 no. You need to tell a story. A lot of developers don't even have a front end. They just have a GitHub or whatever, right? Even GitHub, low-key GitHubs can be a flex sometimes. But I see a lot of developers that don't even have even a simple portfolio. And so if you're looking for a side project, even this could really be a good side project. figuring out a way to present yourself, your actual skills in a nice way, like a good app. I've been able to ship a bunch of shit online. They're not the most complex, but they are cool things. For example, there's like a logical fallacy analyzer that basically analyzes all the single times somebody made a naive or gullible statement whenever they made like a grandiose claim or whatever, right? And graphed it over time. I mean, look, this is like so stupid, right? So silly. But the fact that I ship it, right? The fact that I use this during my interviews to be like, look, I can take random ass requirements and I can turn them into actual tangible code, right? There was a lot of Python shit that went through that app we just saw, right? A lot of Python, a lot of like pipelines and shit. And I built it as well as with this cozy coder thing. I literally made an IDE. I made this like a few weeks ago, right? Because my typing sucks ass. Like, look at that. I'm failing right now. This is just to help me type. Okay, there's no autocomplete. It just tells me what to type next, right? And I can speed run this shit and practice my typing, right? And there are a bunch of libraries here, and it uses local storage to store all of this shit. There's zero backend in here, okay? But this is what I like doing. And with you, in your case, there are probably a few side projects that you really want to do. For example, there's another side project that I built to just to promote the hell out of my local animal shelter. All right, they had a dog shit UI, no pun intended. With this new UI, I hope that people like to actually explore and filter out like dogs that they really care about, etc. But the point is that all of these things that I've done, right? All of these things, you can see the logic fallacy analyzer here, etc. You see the animal shelter thing right here, right? The point is that with these projects that I built, right? Because I love shipping fast, I'm always adding new projects to my portfolio, I guess. And this portfolio, as well as this YouTube channel, is one example of the way I want to persist my front end. It's a way to guide the recruiter into the story of me, into the story of the developer. Because recruiter, honestly, like the recruiter sees so much shit every day. So many guys, so many random ass projects. You might as well craft a wonderful experience for the recruiter to enter in. Bro, I know tons of guys out there that want to ship fast, that want to ship things to the internet, that want to have side projects but are stuck. They're literally stuck in their own procrastination. They don't know what to build. All these excuses come in their heads. I'll help you figure out the best side project you can possibly build for yourself right now. It's just going to be you and me sitting down talking about what you need to do. It's going to be me asking you a bunch of questions, and we'll figure out a way to make one good, really good side project for you that perhaps could even get users, perhaps even get money, but that can guaranteed be a way for you to actually prove yourself online. Top link in the description. I hope we understand that these days we have so much power within ourselves as developers, bro. Everything runs on software. Everything. And you and me, as developers in 2025, we literally have so much power in ourselves, bro, to actually build cool shit, build tools for the world. And I hope to share this energy with you, man. I'm so pumped. Literally, my brain cannot stop thinking about ideas to actually implement in the world. But it's really important to start step by step, man. So, yeah, bro. I hope you understand. Riz the recruiter by crafting a story about yourself, like a good app. Don't think the recruiter actually thinks about this shit. They don't. They don't give a shit. They give a shit about your front end, how you present yourself online. And if you can riz them up on the front end, secretly, the front end is actually, promoting the hell out of this, right? This aspect. The front end is like a proxy for this shit, right? If you can optimize it at every step of the way, you will get success. I cannot tell you how many times I've been on an interview and a recruiter asked me some dumbass question like, well, what kind of, what's an example of a project? Blah, blah. Bro, because I ship so fast, I have so many examples of things, right? Like this, for example, I spoke about. I have like a bunch of other projects. Like this is fairly new, but even this, right? Bro, I don't know what to say. I'm actually at a loss of words here. Like, just build some shit, man. Build some good shit. Remember, life is a gift given by the gods or whoever the hell you believe in to make a proper use of it. Okay, I blanked out there. Lol. All right, I'm gonna go. Take it easy, bro. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.